How are you?
Well, and you?
Nothing better than a summer night.
Meeting will please come to order. Welcome to our only meeting in July, middle of July. Glad to see most of you in the audience. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. That's nice. I feel the love.
And you are the ones welcome. Yeah.
We have an announcement that the meeting is being teleconferenced in the following locations. Mr. Neely is in Alberta, and Ms. Castle is in Colorado. That means that they're on teleconference, and roll call means that the rest of the members are here. Would you please rise for the pledge?
It's Christmas in July for Amazon Prime subscribe.
Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have an announcement. Two individuals that are former board members that passed away, and I'd like to read a little bit of what they did and so forth. Mr. Charles Aber Herbert Buck Jr. passed away on June 22nd in Brookings, Oregon. Mr. Buck was born in a campo where he continued his family heritage in the vineyards for 50 plus years. He attended local schools and graduated from Lodi Union High School. Among his many civic endeavors was his lifelong membership to the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Having served in the U.S. Navy during World War II, Mr. Buck was a member of the Lodi Unified Board of Education from 1977 to 1981. The other gentleman, Dr. Clifford Medler, passed away on June 26th in Eugene, Oregon, after leaving the family farm on Alpine Road in 1968. Mr. Medler embarked on a lifelong career in education, which had to start in Anchorage, Alaska. The next stop was the wilds of Alaska in a one-room schoolhouse in Gustavus, and upon his return to California, he worked at the Alpine School in Lodi, and lastly for Stockton Unified. He served as both teacher and administrator during his career in education. Dr. Medler was a member of the Lodi Unified School Board of Education from 1994 to 2004. I'll request a moment of silence, please. Thank you. We'll continue with our agenda. Report on actions from closed session. We have one appointment, Lizette Alooms. Dr. Talkin, motion. Ralph Womack, second. The board approved Lizette Alooms as an elementary school principal at Podesta Ranch School, effective date to be announced by the following vote of 7-0. That's all to report on closed session. We have the superintendent's report, and I understand Dr. Washer has a little program for us.
Thank you, Mr. Donovan, members of the board. You have met Evan before. He has been doing an internship in our office, and I am going to turn this time of the board meeting over to him.
Thank you, Dr. Washer, President Nava, members of the board. I have several items to share with you this evening. The first of which...
Hopefully you can finish in 3 minutes.
I hope so. You can cut me off if you want to. The new teacher...
Start that timer.
I've heard about that timer. The new teacher boot camp, which will be July 21st and 22nd from 8 a.m. to 3. That's going to be here at the district office. 115 new teachers have registered for this 2-day event. The goal is to give new teachers an introduction to the district and to prepare them for their first few weeks of teaching. The several breakout sessions will offer training and education in areas including basic tech operations, curriculum, standards, etc. And many of the topics introduced will be supported and expanded by professional development throughout the year. That event is also sort of related to the next, which is the one-to-one training with RGS. This event is focused on our one-to-one technology implementation at our 15 Year 1 schools. We're working closely with our partners at RGS to provide ongoing professional development for these sites. And RGS provides us with access to an expansive network of resources, including Intel and Google. The kickoff for this event will be July 23rd from 8 to 3 here in the boardrooms, featuring an Intel presentation entitled Transforming Learning. And it will be followed by 2 mini conferences on July 27th and 28th from 8 to 3 at McNair, starting with a keynote speaker in the theater and then rotating through several breakout sessions covering topics such as Google Docs, Google Classroom, iPad Basics, and Google Chrome extensions. All of these little breakout sessions for the mini conferences are geared towards implementation with the curriculum to improve student achievement and prepare the students as well as the district for the 21st century. And we would like to invite the board to attend both the kickoff or either day of the mini conferences. And if you would like more information about either the new teacher boot camp or that one-to-one training, you can contact Sherry Flemmer. My next item, in 2011, the school district evaluated a number of wireless vendors for our E-rate submission to install wireless access points at the school sites, which was related to Read 180. We knew the program was going to require a number of computers in classrooms connected to the network, and at that time, many classrooms only had about 4 connections. Read 180 was going to require a lot more than that. We had to come up with a solution to provide access at a reasonable price, and although our E-rate request was not approved, we needed to move forward to get Read 180 started and meet the needs of the students. So we installed Ruckus wireless access points in at least 1 classroom in each of the high school and middle schools, and had multiple vendors provide us with their solutions, and we tested each one in our environment. Ruckus was ultimately chosen for their product's performance. And since that time, we've steadily increased the number of wireless access points to meet the needs of SBAC testing and now the one-to-one device project. By the end of the 2015-16 school year, each classroom is slated to have 1 access point. And there have also been other projects that required wireless, such as the on-bus video cameras that now download video as the buses come into the yard. Lodi Unified was recently featured as the subject of a Ruckus Wireless promo showing how we're using their wireless systems to enhance not only learning, but these several other district functions. And this system helps make Lodi Unified a more effective and efficient district in everything that it does. And I believe we have a clip of that promo for you to see.
Our goal for moving to AC access points was to be able to support the educational needs of our students and teachers in the classroom. Density capacity is huge for us. With the recent adoption of SBAC testing, school districts need to test a large number of students in a very small window of time. And it's critical because they need to get it done, they need to get it done the first time. And students need to be not interrupted with the technology or technology challenges because they need to focus on the assessment test.
Density is what's driving us to AC. We're going to be deploying close to another 15,000 Chromebooks by the end of this first phase. We try to stay on the cutting edge. We want to stay ahead of the game.
So very cool that Lodi Unified was able to be presented in that promo. Another quick video we have for you, again related to tech, is a video showing the testing of our wireless infrastructure. We have 2 different modes or models of wireless access points deployed at the schools. And the test that they were running here was a video from YouTube, and depending on the model, they could run between 84 to 103 Chromebooks at one time with no problems in the video, running at standard YouTube quality of 480p. The newer model of the wireless access point actually allowed them to run 720 HD with 90 Chromebooks at the exact same time with no problems. So very cool advancements with our wireless systems. The next item is the Joey Travolta Film Camp, and I'm sure all of you know about this event that we recently had. It was a very exciting and engaging opportunity for the students to get out of the classroom and learn in a different way and learn a different kind of skill and get some different experience than they would normally get in the classroom. And I was actually able to visit one of the groups that was on set over on Curry Road, and it was very easy to see that they were excited about what they were doing. They were thrilled that they could be doing something so unique and exciting. And it was kind of funny, while the adults were talking and worrying about the heat that day, and does everybody have enough water, and are we going to be okay, and it's so hot out here, the kids really didn't care less. They were just excited to be out there. And I remember one of the ladies that was standing out there had said something about one of the kids who had to wear a suit, a full suit for his scene, and she was so worried about him getting heat stroke or something, and he was standing out in the sun with his jacket on. He just didn't care. He was excited to be there. So it was a very exciting experience, and I was happy that I could go see that and see how the students enjoyed it. And my final item, which I have to say is the one I'm most excited about this evening, is a proposal that I drew up for an internship program with the superintendent. And the reason why I came up with this program and would like to propose this is, although I've only been the intern with the superintendent for a very short time, it's definitely been very defining in my career path. And I'm studying public policy and history. I wanted to go into politics, but I also enjoy education, and I wasn't sure which way I would like to go. And through this internship, I was able to see that I don't have to divorce those two things. They can be one, and I can accomplish a goal with both of those things in mind. And without this internship and this opportunity and the experiences that I've been able to go through, I would never make that decision. And I've actually decided to refocus and go towards a master's degree in educational administration now, which is, again, something I never would have done without this experience. And so I think that any student who has similar goals or maybe is considering a similar career would benefit from a program, an internship program like I have. My other reason is that my reason for pursuing a career in education and policy comes from a belief that the youth of today are very apathetic about the role of government and politics in their life. And young people don't realize the extent to which policy and government impact them, and they don't recognize a need to be conscious or concerned in the direction of either. And so as the most powerful and accessible form and personal form of politics, the school district, the public school system, is the best way that you can directly affect that and change that issue. And so for these two reasons, I would like to propose that the superintendent's office implement a standing internship program in partnership with the high schools of Lodi Unified, the purpose of which is twofold. First, to encourage and cultivate interest in the careers of local government and educational administration among the students of Lodi Unified, specifically those who may desire to enter these fields. And second, to attempt to increase awareness about the importance of local policy and government among these and all students, with the goal of educating and graduating more productive and involved citizens. And I believe the impact of this program will reach far beyond students. This program will positively impact the community's vision of and attitude towards the district, because few people truly understand what the district does and what we do here in this building. And often any interaction the community members, students, parents have with the district is of a negative nature, be it related to discipline, financial matters, etc. And I believe that by initiating a purposeful and positive interaction with the students and the community, the district can stand to change some of the negative feelings that people in the community hold towards it, and the students and parents. And so the proposed structure of this program involves a competitive application process which is open to all juniors and seniors of Lodi Unified High Schools, involving a written application as well as a personal interview. The applications to be reviewed by Dr. Washer and anyone she might appoint, and the personal interview is the same. The application process to take place during spring so that the interns can be chosen and ready, or the intern can be chosen and ready by summer when the internship will take place. And I believe that an award or a special recognition of some sort at graduation for the students who are accepted into and complete the program would serve to make participation a desirable goal for future students to aspire to. So just a very cool opportunity, I think, that we have to get students more involved in local politics, government, education on a different side than just sitting in a classroom trying not to fall asleep. And they can be engaged with education in a more practical way and perhaps see a different side of why it's so important in their lives and the lives of their peers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your report. Excellent. Continuing on with the agenda, I'd like to take this time to introduce our Superintendent of Elementary Education, Elodia Lankins. Welcome.
Thank you.
Again, continuing with the agenda on action items, consent agenda A, routine business. Any board members would like to pull any of the items?
Mr. President,
Mr. Talkin.
I would move approval of items A1 through A19.
Okay, before you do that, is anybody in the audience that'd like to pull any of the items? Have a motion by Mr. Talkin. Second by Mr. Womack to approve action items of consent agenda A, routine business. Call for the vote. Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Castle?
Yes.
Okay, approved by, motion carries by 7-0. Consent agenda B, student discipline cases, readmission. Board's wishes. Been moved by Mr. Ralph Womack, second by Mr. Heverly to approve consent agenda B, student discipline cases. Call for the vote. Ms. Castle?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 7-0. Personnel matters, routine and classified certificated. Been moved by Mr. Womack, second by Mr. Everly to approve personnel matters. Call for the vote. Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Castle?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Communications, comments from the public. I have no requests for that. Anybody wants to make any comments from the public? Not, then we'll go to comments from employee group representatives.
I'll be quick, I promise.
Okay, very good. Thank you,
I'll be
sir.
quick.
Thank you.
I promise I'll be quick. You missed me, I've been gone for a month. Real quick, first of all, I want to extend a huge appreciation and gratitude to the payroll department, Mr. Hearn, the business offices for getting all the employee retro checks out. They went out today. People got them. People are very happy. And to turn around that many employees and calculate all of the retro for all of the different pay was probably Herculean in nature. I haven't heard of any hitches in the giddy up yet. I'm sure there might be one or two, but really appreciate Tim's staff and business services getting those all out. Also, as was mentioned, new teacher orientations next week. Leah is appreciative of the opportunity. We will be serving lunch to all 115 plus staff.
Yes, you will. Thank you.
On Tuesday. I think Tuesday is the day that we're signed up for that. So appreciate the opportunity to be part of that. We've been busy over the summer. Real quick, we had the opportunity to meet with the new SELPA director and had a really great conversation with him. We've been working in Sacramento, had members at state and national conferences, and we'll continue to do so. The next 2 weeks are just jam-packed as we get ready for the school year to start. Can't believe it's only 2 weeks away. Where did our summer go? Probably need to schedule some time to meet with each of you. Look forward to talking to you as our new school year begins. And lastly, would also like to extend a welcome from the Teachers Association to the Lodi. Welcome. Look forward to meeting with you as well and having good dialogue. So thank you. That was as brief as I could.
Thank you, Jeff, for making it short. Okay, any other group representatives? Not, then we'll go to comments from the board members.
Mr. President?
Mr. Womack.
I didn't pull it from consent, but I just want to make a comment on donations. The district received $71,194.64 donations from various people and organizations. We certainly thank you for that. That's it.
Okay, any other comments? Mr. Heberly.
Thank you. He just left. Good.
Get him?
That's not like timing. No, that's fine. I'll start at the bottom of my list. Okay, the first thing is basically the water usage. In talking with the city of Lodi, we are, as a district, a significant user of water within the city of Lodi's requirement to cut their usage. Have we had discussions? Things are going okay. I have noticed that it looks like a lot of the grass areas are being reduced in watering, which I'm hoping that's all getting coordinated okay. Is that going well? Beautiful. Because it's a pretty heavy hammer by the state if we don't comply. It won't be on us, it'll be on the city of Lodi, and we are partners. So, and I'm not sure if what City of Stockton's usage is. Our information came up through our 2x2 meeting, so that's why I'm bringing it forward, just make sure everything's okay.
Mr. Everly, we have some dates on the City of Stockton odd and even numbers.
Great.
And I hope that we're abiding by it, yes.
Good.
I think Tuesdays and Fridays are even, and then Mondays and Wednesdays are odd.
Perfect, thank you. I was just hoping that we were coming along okay in hiring so that we can eliminate as many of the 30-day sub positions as possible. And also we've got a lot of vacancies, and we are in competition for new hires. And I'm just hoping that some of the difficult areas to fill we are doing well. Is there any kind of indication you could give me at this point of how we're doing in filling our positions, and then also in general, and then also specifically to eliminate those 30-day sub positions?
Do you want us to answer questions?
You could either, I'm just telling you, I'm concerned about it, and if we could have a follow-up email on it, and just kind of see how we're doing, where we stand, that would be great.
Sure.
Because that several board members have mentioned concerns about the 30-day subs, and we've got to do whatever we can to eliminate that, as many as we can. So.
Mr. Heberly, members of the board, I do want to comment that our folks have been working diligently over the summer. Even though it's been break time, our principals have been around and folks have been around as much as possible to keep that effort going. As you can tell by the agenda items on the personnel matters, folks are retiring all through the summer. And the late retires and resignations, not just retiring, I'm sorry, but the separations are happening all the time. And when separations happen at this time of year, it does present challenges for principals and staffs to get those filled. But our folks have been working throughout the summer as things have come up to get those interviews going. We have things open on EdJoin constantly, screening applicants, interviewing applicants. So it has been an ongoing process, but as you can tell, the separations happen constantly.
Right. Yeah, I have no doubt that we've been doing the best we can and trying to hire people and so forth. I'm just kind of wondering, well, where do we sit?
We can give you a status.
Sure. And the other thing is you might fill a position, and seeing as how it is competitive, they might take a different position in another district, and then that leaves us with the last minute vacancy. I totally understand that. I just want to kind of, I guess, head it off and just see if there's anything that we can do. If anybody has, from your administration that can maybe come up with some ideas to help us with that, that'd be great, because that is important for our children. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Castle, any comments?
Yes, just very briefly, going back to consent agenda A, which of course we've approved, but I just wanted to make a comment about the CTE incentive grants that are going to Lodi, Tokane, and Bear Creek High Schools to keep improving our already very good agricultural CTE programs. Thank you to the people that wrote those grants, always very welcome. I too, with Mr. Womack, wanted to comment on the extremely generous donations that we received this last time period. And I want to thank everyone who helped with this teleconferencing. Dale Munch, Kathy Washer, Lynn Aby, Valerie McPhee. I don't know if either Todd or Michael are there, but they certainly are all part of it. And my board colleagues, thank you. I've used this a lot this summer, and I appreciate your patience with that. And I look forward to seeing you in person at our next meeting. And thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Castle, and we expect to see you the rest of the time here. No more telephone.
Okay.
I know you get a kick out of that one. Mr. Neely.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nava. Yeah, Bonnie, I wanted to talk to you about how much you've been using this teleconference.
I think he's talking.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, is it reasonable for us to put the money that Got Kids has given to the district on our donation list as well, so that people can see where their donations are going? So, don't expect an answer right now, but if we can look into that, that would be great. And that's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. I don't think it'll be a problem. Okay.
President Knopf?
Yes. Sorry.
It did come to my attention that this superintendent's internship program, we should probably comment on that or not comment on it.
Whatever you want,
but
sir.
It does seem to be an outstanding idea,
Yes.
and we would encourage this is well thought out, well written, and also would attract and retain talented individuals for the district. So I would encourage the superintendent to pursue this, and I would thank the writer.
Thank you. Thank you. Short comment. I think don't be spoiled, audience. Don't be spoiled. It's not 7:30 yet. You might get to see the last half of the All-Star game.
Now we know the vote.
Yeah. Thank you. I have no other comments. Future agenda items, board members? Okay. Meeting adjourned.